Hi, day 224. This is my early video vlog. I just got back in my room from my insulin potentiated chemo treatment. I was, of course, so typical me. As I get in there, I get overwhelmed and it's scary, and they're doing all these things, and I start crying, not crying, but just like, my eyes are all welled up, and both the nurses, they're like, and they're just like, it's okay, and they just like sat on the bed with me, and they were telling stories, and they're trying to make me smile and laugh, and I am, but I'm, they say, I know it's the first time, you don't know what to expect, and it's scary. That actually came from the woman. There was one other woman that was laying in the bed, the next bed next to me. There were only two of us in the room, and she was getting something similar, and our beds sort of faced each other. So what they did was, I did not eat this morning, and I took a nausea pill that they gave me about half hour, 45 minutes prior to going to get this chemo treatment. And so I'm laying there, and they give me a bag of, I think it was a saline of a sort. And then she said, the nurse, who speaks very little English, she says, this is the insulin, and she stuck it in the bag, and the whole time she's pricking my finger. They pricked my fingers probably 6 times because they needed to monitor my glucose level. And when my glucose falls down to a certain point, then they have to, and I don't even know what that point was, because it's in metrics. We don't know. I don't understand half of what I'm being told, but whatevs. I'm going with the flow. So my glucose was right where it was supposed to be. It was low. They wanted to know if I felt cold or if I felt warm. I was a little chilled, so they put a blanket on me, and I kept waiting to feel something, and I really didn't. And pricked my finger again. Okay, time's right. And she hooks up a different IV full of glucose and a bag of chemo, and turns both of those on at the same time. And she says, fruit? What? Fruit? I go, fruit? And she nods. I'm like, yeah. I'm starving by this time. And out comes a plate full of blueberries and a banana and some pineapple, and what else is on there? Some grapes. And so I gobbled all of that down, and just wanted to make sure, how do you feel? Pricked my finger again, took my glucose level, and everything seems to be, where it was supposed to be. And my glucose is now going up, and like I said, it's glucose and the chemo at the same time. So now, the way it's supposed to be happening, now my cells are open and wanting to snack away. And so she turned off my port, and I had to pee, because I always have to pee, and I went into the hypothermia room, and they hooked me up, and I lay there, and I fell asleep for, I don't know, maybe half hour, 40 minutes, and it's a full hour. And then the nurse comes in, and she looks at me kind of weird, and I'm thinking, uh-oh. And she looks up at the bag, and she goes, it's not dripping. I'm like, yeah, you know what I was thinking. And she says, she drags down the line, she's looking, and she realizes that this had never been put back on. So that kind of sucked. So anyway, I had like 15 minutes left, and I said, is that a problem? I mean, wasn't the whole idea to be laying here with the chemo, with the glucose, with the heat? And she says, oh, you have plenty of heat. It doesn't just go away. Your organs are all heated up. So I had to take my chemo bag with me back to the room and hang out until that finished, which was maybe half an hour. So in my mind, it was meant to be. It was just supposed to work this way, not the other way, right? Otherwise I could get like weirded out about that, but I'm not gonna. It's just happened the way it was supposed to happen. Anyway, so that finished, and I went back to the nurse's station, gave her that stuff, and she gave me, this is my equivalent to my pump that I take at home, but this thing I can shower with, this thing I can walk around with, it's along my neck. It does not make that ridiculous, horrible sound that I totally have PTS over. So it's this big plastic container, and inside it's like a balloon, and it'll get smaller and smaller, and that's what's actually pushing the drip. It's creating the drip into my system. So there you go. I've never seen this. All new to me. You get to learn with me. So that is what's going on. I'm a little, I bit into some more fruit when I got upstairs, or got into my room. And instantly, my freaking jaw is just like, so now it's all freaking crazy again. And I started to tear up, when Matthew walked in the room. Of course I did, because I do that. And then my eyes just like, they burn, because that's what happens. I get this, I think it's equivalent to a neuropathy. Anything that is salivating, whether it's my salivary glands or my tear ducts, it just starts to just zing and burn. Not a burn, but a zing. So my eyeballs are zinging, my jaw is zinging, and I'm like, oh God. And I'm gonna have to carry this around with me for the next 48 hours. So there go all my fun, adventurous walks over the weekend. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see, because I was looking forward to it. I really wanted to get out and get some sightseeing in, but maybe this is my way. You see how things happen? This is my divine intervention saying, you need to chill. Stay in. But we'll see. I'll ask for sure. I don't know. This kind of stuff really bugs me. Not bugs me, it just bums me out. This is when I remember how sick I am. Don't want to cry. Because I feel so good. I really do. Even now, I feel fine. I feel normal, but I just know that I've got all this chemo running in my system. Sounds sucky for sure. See? There go my eyes. And now they're burning or zinging. All right. So I'm waiting for Matthew to bring my lunch up. I didn't want to go down. I could, but I don't know. Pamper me. Pamper me. Hey, somebody give me some love. Actually, I do. I've got a busy schedule after, I think 2:00 is my next appointment. And all the detoxing starts again. So I'm going to have 4 different detox things. I think it's the oxygen and maybe the foot rub and I don't know. I don't remember. Bring it on. If it'll start helping the chemicals get out of my system, the part of my system that does not need them, you know what I'm trying to say. If the cancer is in an area that it shouldn't be, maybe this is how it just eliminates it, just gets it out, and then it stays where it needs to stay, which is in the frickin' tumor. Eat the tumor. That is my visual. Just eat the freaking tumor. Wherever they are, get rid of them. Make them go away, gone, poof, poof. So that's my day. I love you. I love you. I love me. It's a drag. Whatever. Even this is interesting. hey, it's life. We all have different adventures. I love you. All right. I love me. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm gonna head off and enjoy my relaxing day. Watch a movie. Hopefully. We have such sketchy Wi-Fi here. It's horrible. And sleep. I'll try to sleep a bunch. And I'll let you know what all is different, or if something else happens or I have to go through. I will be back tomorrow. Okay? So, mwah and mwah and mwah and mwah, mwah, mwah to everybody. I love you. Ciao. Talk to you later.